Videos uploaded. But we don't put the picture. You don't have to unless you want to come out. But to me, it's like this is I'm still in the pilgrimage. Is the Father sent me down here because look how cold it is now, and it's just getting really bad. Like where I'm at, the brotherhood is it's really lonely for sure. You're just much more lonely. So going to these brothers, I've been there, the pilgrimages, you know that, and yeah, it's a whole nother life. It's like a whole other life.
Yeah.
But you know what? Doesn't matter what religion, they were always super nice, man. But yeah, I was Catholic. But you know, the Catholic doesn't let you in. If you have another pensamiento, another kind of belief, they'll work with you, but they won't bend for you, like whatsoever. And that was there from what I know, okay? And they were just loving guys. The guys that you saw on EWTN.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I could do this all my life. I could be here with y'all guys. I love that. I want that. I told Mark Mary.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, do you have a girlfriend, or you want to stay here? Do you have a girlfriend or anything? I was like, and I said yes, but I can, in case he said anything, I said I'll leave her, and that's when I felt that he felt different. You know what I mean? That he felt like, oh, you gotta like, it's hard for that one. That's a hard one to handle. That, you know what I mean, so to speak. And Crystal, yeah, man. I was like, I'll give up Crystal. You know what I mean? And the one I thought I was gonna marry. And I was like, I'll give up Crystal. Just let I'll be here with y'all, just to be with y'all. Priest level, deacon. You know what I've been looking for. How I saw the Pope and everything. Yeah, it's a different life, man. And then I come to this, and this is it's just much more like lonely. It's much more ancient, like you said, man. The root part. And there's where I feel shalom. There's where I feel I am so happy. There's where I feel like I can be anywhere surviving through the cities. Because I held on to that. And you need to hold on to that. Because I know, no, man, like I said, you're the wise man compared to the two worlds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you mentored me. Y'all mentored me to get there.
Yeah.
That's what I want you to know. So we need that. Because that's what y'all made it through. That's how she was so passionate. She went through hell and back.
Yeah, well, it's like I was telling you, part of our thing that was really moving me through that whole year after losing her was the faith that me and her shared. But like I was telling you, I go to daily mass, and I offered her monthly mass right out for her soul and everything, and I did that without up till May the 9th, when it was been a year, right? Yeah. And part of me, whenever I went to that last mass, I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, it's real. Because at least when I was making all these masses and going and doing things, it was like I was still tending to her, like I was still doing something for her. But after that year, I realized really she wasn't gonna come back. It became an all too reality, right? And then compounded by that
The shock set in.
I kind of knew right off the bat that things have changed. I knew something in me had died and had left me, right? And then going into that 2 weeks afterwards, we had the shooting that happened here at Kinuwalde.
Did that? Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Did that bring you back, or what did that do for you?
And it just took me into a real, like a darker place.
Oh.
I felt a little bit more. I felt my faith starting to slip away from that point on.
From that point on.
And it was just compounded by the fact that I was realizing that the loss of Irene was just hitting me, right? So about
The withdrawal, you mean?
yeah,
Like
and then the shooting
okay,
and
okay,
all
okay.
that compounded.
It was 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks
Oh
after
man, that's like
I
right there after the year.
after the year, you know.
Wow.
So with all that, man, it just hit me all at once, and I think a week afterwards, a friend of mine from San Antonio came down here to visit me because of the shooting right that had happened, and
Oh, okay.
he came and he spent
That hit big, man. Everywhere I was,
yeah.
everybody knew Uvalde. Everybody knew. I'm like, I'll tell you right now what I'm going about that. But go ahead.
So
They
anyway,
came and visit you.
he came to visit me, and and we had been friends when I was a student at Our Lady of the Lake in San Antonio. So we were actually really good friends. So he came down here. He told me, "Hey, man, carnal, dijo, you seem kind of down, man. Dijo, why don't you go with me to San Antonio? Dijo, and have a good time, and let's go out." And I hadn't been out, bro, and like since Irene had been diagnosed,
I
like
believe you, brother.
I mean,
It's a shock,
yeah, because
brother.
I mean,
It's like
she
a.
fought that cancer for about 2 years.
That's what I was gonna say
Yeah, and
too. I was
then
like, let's not
after she
forget that
passed,
point.
I didn't go out for that entire year either. So I hadn't
Right.
been out in about 3 4 years already, right? So I said, nah, man, I really don't. That's not my thing. I haven't been out in years. He goes, hombre, come, let's go. He goes, just go in and sit down and he goes, you just go and enjoy yourself. So we went. He took me to San Antonio, right? And he took me to his little ice house, man, on Guadalupe Street on the west side of San Antonio. And it's it or that I
Fun.
made. It was like a little outside venue and stuff.
Yeah.
They had a DJ and they were playing music, right? And I sat there and I was drinking a few beers and then all of a sudden, man, I had been there almost about 2 hours, and my friend comes and tells me and say, "Hey, you and Irene used to like to dance. You guys really like music. I don't think she would have wanted you to just be sitting here moping on the table by yourself." And he said, "Why don't you just go and ask somebody to dance?" And he said that, man, and I thought about it for not even a minute, man. And I said, you know what? Maybe he's right. And I got up and I asked somebody to dance, and she said yes. And I ended up dancing the whole night with this girl that and after actually we're actually really good friends. That she was also a widow. She lost her husband.
Oh wow.
So we became bonded and became friends from that. But something happened. I felt happy after dancing. I felt
Free.
alive.
Free.
Yeah, I felt alive.
Okay. Yeah.
Something that I hadn't felt in a long while.
In a long time. You're saying like 3 years almost.
And you know what? The next weekend, I went again. I went on a Friday, and then I went Saturday, and then I went Sunday again. And I hadn't stopped going since.
All right.
So I think right now I spend like more time in San Antonio now than I actually do in Uvalde.
I could definitely understand.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
and you know what? I like as you can see, like I developed like I ended up meeting a lot of good people, a lot of good friends,
Yeah.
and a lot of it, we all have our stories and stuff. Pero it was just what it is, brother. I mean, I've been here in Uvalde, bro, and people know me, and I think a lot of times they have sympathy because I've lost Irene, and what they try to do is, and they mean well.
For sure.
They try to like comfort you with words, right? That, like for example, she's in a better place, or things like that you just don't want to hear, right? And over here, these people that I've met, they become like your friends. They don't have any prejudgment on you. I mean, we all in, we're all together, in going through our struggles, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of found a sense of community there that I have been missing.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
no, I mean,
and that's how I ended up kind of going on this route.
And you haven't left church, or that's you're seeing that affecting
It's like
your
this is
church
like these
going,
people became like my family.
and you didn't even know them.
No,
You just met them one day.
no. These people, I've known them for 7 months already.
Yeah, but I mean, you just met them.
Yeah,
You didn't know them.
no,
And yeah,
prior,
that's beautiful.
So like
Dude,
every
that's
time,
beautiful in itself, man.
yeah, like
That's
every time I go to San Antonio,
yeah,
they're waiting for me. Hey brother, and
awesome.
this, and all of them text me.
Catholics, religious, are they in the faith?
Yeah, they're
Or
all.
they're just football player fans or something?
Some are mixed, man. Like for example, she goes to a non-denominational.
Okay, really nice.
And then like the other one,
Yeah.
she's Catholic. These guys are like spiritual, like.
From San Antonio?
Yeah, from San Antonio.
Do they know? They probably don't know how religious you are.
Oh, they know, because they know
Oh,
I'm
they
a
do?
Catholic school teacher. Oh yeah.
Okay, they know all that. Okay.
Yeah, man. We're like.
Okay.
Been like really good friends. You see, man.
Yeah.
I got friends that I've met in San Antonio.
Right. That's the part you don't want to let go of, man. That's the part I'm here for, because it's what gives us everything, the friends, big time, the life, really.
Yeah, like these are my I go on all these 3 girls dancing with me, man, because they would be like.
That's awesome. That's beautiful, man. Especially if you feel good inside about it. You know what I mean? That's life.
But I'm also wise enough to know one thing, bro, that partying grows old.
Oh, I thought it grew old. Well, man, sometimes I wish I can go back and just hang out. It was a fun place. I was like, this is funner than anywhere I'm at. I mean, you just meet new people. You're dancing. Of course, my problem was always the drinking. But if you're not clergy, again, going to the clergy is a whole nother level. I understand that now.
Yeah.
Like I do.
And it's like, for example, like I'm still worried. Like for example, I teach Catholic school, and I respect the faith and everything. And I know it's in the environment I'm in. I know that I'm not fully in grace the way I should be. So I refrain.
But you're a teacher.
I refrain from. I go cross my arms when I go get communion.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
that's it. Everything else, time, it grows. These are real experiences that you're going through. And to me, like I said, that was the funnest part. As long as I wasn't messing around with me at that age already.
And the worst part.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
The really one of the hardest thing about it is how much our privacy is really compromised, because there's been times where I've gone to a place and I've gone dancing with some of my friends. Then I come back to Uvalde, and then they say, "Hey, I saw you on Facebook dancing at this club,"
Yeah.
And that's like something that I really not being
right.
Just
I know.
you, right? Going out and stuff. You're not used to things like that.
That's a little freaking a little Achilles tendon these days too, man. Like the cameras are good, then they're also it's like careful what we wish for, man. Really, with the cameras, man. But that's that world, and that's why I'm telling you right now. Be sure that when you're mourning or you're walking in this path, that you, or for her, what happened with her, that you do good, that you just choose the good. Just that doesn't seem like a crime to me what you're doing. That's fine, but you have your life. You know that. You know where we're at.
At this point right now, one other thing, and you know what? And it's like it turned out to be interesting lesson that I've been learning. Maybe God sent it to me.
Those are the best ones, right?
I
I
mean,
know.
like for example, like I said, I started going out in June, so I went through the whole. I mean, my whole summer vacation. I mean, oh my gosh, I like. It was warm. It was the summer.
Yeah.
You go out with the perfect weather, San Antonio. You know
Oh
how I mean
yeah, that's the
everything, right?
best, man. I don't think there's
Now,
nothing better than that.
yeah, and then it comes up to the point, yeah, where
Anywhere.
then we come to about October and September, and then it starts getting cold. Now, what happened now, bro, is that at this point in time, a lot of the places that I go to, they were outside venues.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's
Super fun.
yeah, but now they're not having it because it's cold.
Oh, so you're
So
you're
now
you're
they're
you're
so
you're in the
now
morning. You're in the morning.
so now it's like, oh, now like where do I go to? Where do I
Right,
go dance? Right?
to outlet,
Yeah,
to
and then
release.
also, bro. I mean, the weather to drive up there. Sometimes it's drizzling and it's cold and stuff. And
Yeah, sometimes it's
so
nothing
yeah, so
better.
right now I'm kind of like taking a little break on it. That I so, and I think that I needed that also this time. Just like to kind of slow down, bro.
Just to full
Because I
circle.
realized that I was going too fast, man. Because I was like, I go to San Antonio on a Wednesday, then I
Yeah,
drive back, and then I
yeah.
go back on Friday and Saturday and
Right,
Sunday.
right, right,
I was spending 4 days out of the week in San Antonio.
right. But that hasn't affected you much. How bad has that experience been? Did someone say something to you because of like social media or something?
Well, the social media stuff don't bother me much, but because I know
Yeah, I'm just saying it
that yeah
happens
no
though.
the what
But it
really
hasn't
yeah
gotten brought you trouble or
I
anything.
think what's become I think I, I think spiritually I'm going through a dark valley, because I feel like I've backslidden from my from my faith, and I realize that I'm aware of it. I mean, and that's
Yeah,
the journey.
yeah, absolutely, brother. It happens. It happens, but even I tell you what, it's harder when we're having a good time. It's harder, but in your case, I gotta snap you back into it because you are more than just the average bear. You know what I mean? The average guy, average man of the spiritual thing. You want your life to be good because of like Irene, but more of the one who gave you Irene. Just be good and be intact. You can have all the fun you want, really. That's why he uses the Ten Commandments. As in you being a good, heartful guy and welcoming, that's you don't need the commandments. You're doing everything just great right now. You see, ¿verdad? But the commandments, they let you be free, man. If you're not doing those things, you're not breaking those. But yeah, don't leave your faith. You're breaking a commandment, and you will feel bad. Things will happen. They will, especially because of how much you know. We're held more responsible. We are. But yeah, you're gonna mourn, man. Of course, man. It's simple. I expect you to mourn. I'm actually glad what's happening. That you met people and met friends, and I'm glad he brought me here. I was like, he brought me here.
Wow.
My twin brother kicked me out, ran me out of my house. I was just like, you know what? I'm not even really mad. You know why? And I did it. I was ready for it. Not really, but come whatever may, because I have him in me. I'm doing it for him. Man, yeah, man, you need him, man. Angels come to your way, to your flock, and help you out. They know. But also, he sent you those angels. So know who the one who gave you all that. You and Irene. And there's where I'm at all the time. And it's like, um, I just know I feel myself a big separation. Almost like my family died. I just feel, but I don't feel like messing myself up. I just feel like, okay, I'm more of a soldier now. Like I'm somewhere in a war of a spiritual world that is more than I just passed my family. I was like, he let me experience that. It's part of the lesson. And it just separated me. But we're always there. It's like they're alive. And you saw Irene for 2 months. She was dying, and y'all know. And she was alive though, but she was here with you. So remember those moments though too. The time where she was alive, yet she was dying. That's mercy. It's bad, but it was mercy that he let you, gave you all the heads up. And no man, but she was a really saintly lady, brother. I know you lost something big, man. There was no doubt about it. I just saw you at Walmart, and I was like, look who he brought me. Something told me to come here, you know? Something told me to come here. What do I have to do at Walmart? I don't know, nothing. Something told me to bring here, man.
It's not bad, man.
Yeah. Well, your faith is your faith. Catholic is I don't know, man. You've been a mentor. You're almost like a how would I say, like a hub or something. Like you just know so much of so much. It's just knowledge on you, but Catholic is
Yeah,
Catholic.
because I mean,
But
you gotta see, like, for example, here, you gotta see past the religion.
Yeah, do I have met a person like that?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Like, and actually, he was like a his name was Sir Hartha
Sure.
Katana, and he was an Indian prince, and I think he wanted a connection to the divine, right? And I think he called it enlightenment. When he was born, right, his father told him.
That one too. That is like more than that, really. Whoa, you know what I mean? With me, he took me just ancient, like the creator of everything. You know what I mean? Which is a lot of things stem off of, and that's where I have to hang out at, man. That's where I'm at, and besides all that, it's the love of the Messiah. That is where it's gone. It's gone. It's really tough to like whoa, man. There's where I'm feeling this big shock and this feeling, not just for me though, for the future youngsters, the future. This is just a really important time. So important. I'm like, dang, it's like nothing we can't even comprehend. It's coming. We're very important right now, and either way, uh, death has just felt like no, I don't know, man. It's just love. I love that world, but I feel like I'm a priest. People do what they do. I just go and like lift you up, man. I can't convert nobody to what I'm doing. There's no way. I don't even see it that way. It's like if the Father tells you and shows you, and you keep going and you keep going. You know what I mean? Like you gotta go on that date, or you gotta be on time for that date.
Let me ask you. I'm intrigued. The black guys. Why with the black guys?
I have that information inside. Yeah, all that's information. This is the sackcloth. I'm mourning. I'm mourning because the shooting was a direct shot to me. Direct shot. Like it was a message to me, to my hometown. I know what you're doing. I'm gonna show you a big sign, and I'm gonna make you a prophet. To just say, a prophet is simply an instrument. I'm simply a messenger. Simply. Tell me wherever. Tell me whatever.
It's Sharpie, okay?
No, it's just these little paints I found in Sacramento.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from Sacramento. I've had these 2 little tubes that have lasted me for.
I thought Gene Simmons afuera.
Yeah. No, and I usually cover it off, but I'm like, you know, I have just simple respect, but at the same time, like, you know, I'm offering my face for a year. The year. When that happened, I felt it like 2 weeks before it happened, but when I started posting, it was a week. When I started posting, there's so much hate in us. There's so much It's gone. It's lost. It was like, what happened to us? Even with all the abundance that we've given, that we've been given, what we know, the internet is a crazy thing. Man, the women is always going to be. The cosmetics is hard. The women, there's just many things. It's an avalanche of things, and the internet has done us wrong, and the government wise, the politics, the women, the politics, and the internet has really been super complex these days. You know what I mean? And the music, man, I can't leave the music out because the music is so powerful. I'm just acknowledging that. Like not so long ago, I was reading this book. Oh man, it was pretty powerful. I was like, I never saw music like that. I never did. I saw it as a coping mechanism for me, right? But I loved it. I always wanted to play it so bad, brother. Those were my best years. My mind doesn't leave those years when I was
Güey,
playing.
estaba pensando, ¿por qué no pones tú aquí como un jale que diga como profeta,
A gold chain.
profeta agave azul?
Man, you remember, man. You got all the memories.